This is a Symposium podcast with Wright and Romero.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode. Shut up. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Symposium podcast. On the other side of the chair, way over there, let the people know who you are, sir.
I'm Wright. Once again, welcome back. Back to you.
You know what it is. Rose gold in the building. Feeling good. Feeling great.
It's rough for the day, man. I ain't gonna lie.
You all right?
No.
Damn.
No, I'm not actually.
We have a very, very special guest. You've seen his face before. You've heard his voice like 3 times now. Sir, will you remind the people who you are?
Big O.
Big O.
Big O. Big O back in the building.
Big O.
I'm surprised that he is here. He did not tell me.
Surprise.
Very good surprise.
It was a very good surprise. I'm actually very stoked that you are on, sir. Before we get started with anything, as always, to my man, to the people, and to you, Big O, welcome to the party.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm drinking water and beer at the same time.
All right.
I'm about to do that too.
Quick check-in. What the fuck going on with you, man? Why are you feeling?
Me?
Yeah.
I was drinking last night because best part of it.
Sure.
I woke up feeling like shit. Lost my phone, but I knew.
Did you?
Yeah. I knew
In
it.
the house?
It was in the car,
Uh-huh.
but I knew it. But I was too like.
Sure.
I wasn't going to get it, so I was glad I woke up. When I did, I heard Twan get up. He actually came back from practice.
And that's me.
Yeah, that's what I was. I was mad at Gigi. I walked in last night and shit was on the floor, so I was mad at him too. I picked up the shit, bagged it up, and put it right in his bed. I was like, dude, I told him to take her out. He said, I did for 30 minutes. She didn't go. I said, you gotta walk around with her, dude. So it was an eventful night. I woke up I'm like kind of in a rough shape, but
You seem alright.
yeah,
Yeah.
I do this, man. You know? I ain't new to this, so I'll be fine. Give me about an hour. I'll bounce back. So
It's funny. Before I left, Danny G saw me taking the can. She's like, "Is this what y'all do now?" I said, "I do. He drinks water sometimes, but it's either for solidarity or because he's hungover. So it's one or the other."
oh, it's always been for solidarity since you've been going.
Appreciate
Like I
it.
actually, yeah, like
Appreciate
it's
that.
actually nice to just not drink sometimes, you know.
At you.
Oh, now I'm drinking.
Yeah. I'll feel it.
Now I'm turning up. Fuck it.
I'll be back someday soon. Oh, what about you? I ain't seen you in forever.
Bro, I'm telling you, man,
bro.
literally for probably 3 weeks, he's like, "How's London? What's London?" I'm like, "It's good, man." Like, so it's good to have you on.
I don't know, this nigga could be on a milk carton for all I know shit.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's dope to have you on.
Yeah.
No, man, I need to get better at that. My man, he checked me.
Good.
I feel you, bro.
So I love, man.
I feel you,
I
bro.
love y'all niggas, man.
Yeah.
We love you too, man. What's been going on with you? What's your life?
Life is good, bro. Life is like a little too good.
No.
You know how you start like shit going well, you start like
Feel like
looking
we
around.
we talked about
like,
this. Like, shit's too good.
Yeah, like I don't know, something about to hit the fan, like something about to happen, bro.
That shit, we think that way.
Honestly, though.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, but no, I mean life is good. Started a new job 2 weeks ago.
For real?
Yeah,
So you're done with what you was doing before?
I'm still in HR.
Oh, okay.
I'm not with the city. I'm with the county now.
Oh, congratulations, man.
Thank you, bro.
I'm sure that feels better.
Yeah, it feels so much better. Like I never thought I was like stressed or like burnt out or like unhappy. You know, like it was just kind of like.
Yeah.
But yeah, once I started the new job, it was just a weight lifted. I'm like, damn, like.
You start to feel like.
Yeah, like this, like.
Maybe I was.
Yeah, like maybe the job was getting to me and affecting me, but yeah, I didn't feel it. But yeah, I just feel great, and it's like good energy. It's like not you don't know what you don't know, and that excites me because now it's like new learning, new connections.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, because I was always wrestling with myself, like, am I getting comfortable? Am I getting complacent?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like, it was good. Like, it was a good job. I was.
You made decent money.
Right, yeah. And it was like at the time I thought it was no stress, but like now I really feel like, damn, maybe I was like stressed the fuck out. I just didn't know.
We should touch on that a little bit more. But first, we should get into some news. Because
I sure thought we was going to skip it. I'm like, oh,
No.
Oh.
Ooh, good save.
I hate this fucking thing. I'm like, yeah, he went right to it. All right, yeah, let's get into this. I only got one, so that's good. All right, that's news to me. Fact sheet. President Biden announces student loan relief for borrowers who need it the most. So this has been like all over social media. Like people were going crazy. I get both sides for sure. I get only not both sides, but I get
some people are like, yeah, this is great. And some people are like, God damn it.
See, but I don't. I don't get to like the other part. I get that this is great, but I feel like, well, let me read it first, then I'll give my opinion. All right. So a 3-part plan delivers on President Biden's promise to cancel $10,000 of student debt for low to middle income borrowers. All right. So President Biden believes that a post high school education should be a ticket to a middle class life, but for too many, the cost of borrowing for college is a lifelong burden that deprives them of the opportunities.
Yep.
During the campaign, he promised to provide student debt relief. Today, the Biden administration is following through on that promise and providing families breathing room as they prepare to start repaying loans after an economic crisis brought by the pandemic. So I won't get into the other shit, but
right.
So yeah, I obviously think it's great, but I just personally think, what the fuck is $10,000 gonna do? You know what I mean?
Maybe a semester.
Yeah, like
sure.
Yeah, it looks great, but like, what the fuck is $10,000 gonna do for my student loans?
It depends. I mean,
not for me. But
then it's different. It's different for you.
Yeah.
To expand on that, so if I recall correctly, like you get $10,000 is kind of guaranteed for some people, but it can go between 10 to 20,000.
Okay.
And then on top of that, if you're a part of a particular program that Joe Biden has created, you can get even more. So that changes things a little bit. Of course, there are certain qualifications with that, but to what you're saying, what can $10,000 do depends on how much you owe.
Right.
Because you could be like, this ain't shit. Are you still gonna take it?
Absolutely. Yeah, I ain't stupid.
Wild
I can bitch about it. I ain't stupid, nigga. We'll take that 10 and
aggressively.
But yeah, I'm just like, it's just like, all right, just in my brain, I'm like, just cancel all that shit. But
yeah,
easier said than done.
I get you. At the same time, let's say somebody who's at
But I've seen some people say, oh, that's clear up my,
Yeah.
But it's like, all right, more power to you, but not mine.
Well, just someone at a community college compared to somebody at a university, right? We know who's paying out the ass.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas somebody who's at a community college is like, well, you take this off, I have to pay less than what I was going to do. So they'll get done quicker. Not so much graduate, but pay out their loans.
Yeah.
Just a thought. Let's move on to some more money issues. The recession.
No, I want to hear about you. Was it you that said you feel the other side?
No, I did, but I only meant that it wasn't enough. Not that
Oh, I
Not that
thought you said other side.
I said,
Like,
yeah, no, hell no.
what about me? I pay my loans
Oh,
off. Right?
fuck no.
Oh, okay.
I'm never.
Okay, I'm like, I really want to unpack this, bro.
No. I just meant when I said the other side, I meant damn. I didn't mean like that because I did see that. Like, oh, well, I paid my student loans today. Like, nigga, fuck you.
Like, okay,
Yeah.
we're privileged enough to pay this shit off, man. Like, all right, okay.
I'm never paying student loans.
You did.
Me either.
I can't speak to that.
Nah.
But no, since you brought that up, maybe that's it. That's the middle ground right there. Like if Biden were to cancel all of it, right, there would be an uproar. Plus, think about it. Who would be paying for that? We would be paying for it in terms of taxes and shit. It's like, okay, you cancel shit, but taxes are gonna increase. People would go nuts.
What aren't people gonna go? Like, it's always gonna be something, bro.
I
Like-
live here like you too.
Like it's like but it's like that shit sucks. If I would be salty if I didn't pay all my shit and then like now I need you to come around but it's just what happens all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a politician, so
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make sense of it, nigga.
I'm just
trying to make sense
I'm
of
just
it.
like, it's like, yeah, I get it, but it's at the same time, it's like, fuck, I should have waited. You know what I mean? Like, man, I should have been that eager to fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
But honestly, though, I think it's crazy that like people put student loans in the forefront of their finances. Though, like, oh, like I need to do this, or I'm saving to pay off my student loans. It's like that.
I was at the.
Well, my low ass credit score makes no sense to me, but that's probably why. But it's like, fam, it's just like that is the last thing on my mind is paying off a student loan.
Yeah.
Like,
The dude at the bank was trying to get me to get another credit card. And he's like, I'm like, well, fuck it, let's, look at my, if they ain't gonna hurt me, look at my shit. And he's like,
That's not.
That's
I'm
not-
sorry, go sure.
yeah, I know it's not.
The whole ass baker's like,
Yeah.
What is the Wells
No,
Fargo?
and when he said that, I looked at him like,
You a piece of shit,
Yeah.
bro. you lied.
Yeah.
You looked me in the eye and said this without
I'm like-
your credit.
I'm like, why you just, I'm like, and it was another black man's house. Very, but I didn't want to do too much, but
But why you did this to me, bro?
yeah, like when he said it, I just looked at him like, all right,
That's wild.
yeah, but he was like naming off my shit, and it was like, oh, no, don't worry about that. Like
He said,
yeah, I'm not. I said, I'm told him like, yeah, I wasn't. Like that's never getting paid, but yeah, bro, but he did say that to me, and I was just like, look at him like, he's being so genuine, and then he's like, said that. Like, why you just lie to me, man? I know every time they check it.
when you think about checking your credit,
Yeah,
that's
like,
it.
I don't even think about it. Like, I know what I pay. I know what I owe, nigga. Like,
Oh god.
you don't have to tell me. I know what I owe. But yeah, he said that. I was like, all right, man. This is my last time coming to this bank. But
Speaking of credit, y'all, it was, I don't know if this is real or true or not, but I heard, or I read, and I can't remember if it was like an actual, like legit news article or just like a Instagram type of post. But that credit was made in the 80s. So like how credit is today was in the 80s.
I didn't see that.
Which if that's the, like
But that's
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, that can't be.
That's not true.
Like it's just,
Yeah.
it can't, right? Like I need
That
somebody
can't
to tell me like that's not,
That can't. In the 80s, that can't.
in the 80s.
No, that can't be true.
I'm like that would just,
Hell no.
yeah.
Nah, that
All
can't.
right, and I'm like in my head, I'm like, there's no way this is true. But if this is, like,
That's nuts.
I'm losing my shit, man. I'm gonna go crazy.
Why?
That's nuts.
Well, so much shit happened in the 80s that shapes how the world is today.
Sure.
That if credit was designed the way it is in the 80s, like, it just meant that it's kind of like, all right, so the government really, truly conspired to like keep black people down. And I think people of color and poor people, because if you create something in the 80s and don't teach about it,
Right.
like, it's not, the issue for me isn't that it was created in the 80s, it's that we are not taught about it. I don't have no understanding, no conscious set of like how it works.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know until you fuck it up. And you don't know how important it is. So if it was created, then that means that like, all right, we're gonna do this system, but I'm only gonna share it with my buddies, you share it with your buddies, we keep this all in a circle, so we'll have a great credit score, and then we'll be able to give our son, like you know, if you could open a credit card for your son or your kid,
Yeah.
you know, and like have them build credit,
Right.
they won't even know.
Yeah. Like,
So they're
right
already
now.
starting at the very top, as opposed to us, like, when I was in school, I got $1,600 from Bank of America, and I got $1,600 worth of shoes. Like, you gonna give me all this money in college? Like,
Yeah.
what else am I supposed to do with that?
Capital One.
So
I
yeah,
had
it's just,
every pair of Jordans.
yeah, it's just
I ain't
like,
no better. Like,
and yeah, I'm not necessarily trying to make it a race thing, but it's just like, if credit was designed in the 80s, it was only for certain people, clearly, to like get rich and benefit off of, not for everybody.
This is hilarious because I had a conversation with one of my clients yesterday because it's a young man, and he was asking me about applying for a credit card. And I had to share my experiences with that and just kind of break it down for him, just about financial literacy, which we have topics now. I know we're getting into, but before that, wrap up that's news to me. The recession, is that happening or not? Some people say it is, some people say it.
I truly believe we are in a recession right now.
We are definitely in a recession, but some people say we're not. From New York Times, most economists still don't think the United States meets the formal definition, which is based on a broader set of indicators, including measures of income, spending, and job growth. But they aren't quite as sure as they were a few weeks ago. The housing market has slowed sharply. Income and spending are struggling to keep pace with inflation, and closely watched measure of layoffs has begun to creep up. So I could share more, but I'd rather not. So it's like a split. You're looking at different factors. Some might say like, oh, we are, and some are saying we not.
Yeah.
You think we are?
I think we are.
Big O, what you think?
Honestly, I don't know.
That's fair.
No, like, yeah, sure.
No, that's fair.
I'm not gonna speak on anything I don't know about it. I have no idea. Does it matter? Like, so for
Right.
me, I guess I'm not trying to buy a house right now, so nothing in the economy matters to me right now, just because that's the only thing that I would care about right now with finances.
There's a difference between are we in a recession and am I in a recession?
I'm in a recession because I'm trying to save money.
Yeah. So then,
So, yeah.
if you of others are trying to save money, then essentially, yes.
Okay.
My 2 cents. My 2 cents.
So you say, well, how do you feel?
We're definitely in a recession. Like, I complain about the stock markets every day.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm not making money, yeah, I'm down bad. So, and I did make.
What were you? What?
Never mind.
Like, I got money.
Let's talk about it.
What were you doing before you got into the stock market though? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Hustling. And I don't mean drugs or anything like that. Like, I was working. I was doing DoorDash. I was flipping PlayStations. I was trying to get it.
yeah.
And of course, I had that COVID money as well. So like, I was trying to scrape money together
Yeah.
just to pay bills and shit. But nah, I've been good for like a year or so now. Now I'm just trying to stack my bread.
Yeah.
But I've said it before, right when I got into the crypto market, I got in it when it was going up, and then suddenly everything just started to drop. So, well, this is okay. Shit turning around for a brother.
Is it?
Hopefully.
Yeah, you finally shared the notes, so that's good.
I told you I'd come through. I said I would.
Yeah.
Shut up. That's news to me. Fuck all this nonsense. This is how it's going to go. This is how it's going today. Talk about financial literacy. What you saying? First off, credit. Credit has been around longer than the 80s. Maybe it's changed over time, as all things do.
Yeah.
Right.
But that shit existed way before us. Just a perfect example, like store credit. Store credit has been around forever.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that's kind of where originally where it comes from. I could be wrong, but you go to a store and they're like, well, clearly you cannot afford this thing, but we'll give you credit. Just pay back when you can. Then over time that's changed. But in terms of financial literacy, no, people don't. There aren't many that know about how to use it.
Right.
Right? You get a credit card, you have no idea what you're doing. You just think, oh, money. So,
Bro, what was your first experience with credit card? Like when you first
when I first got one,
Yeah.
my first credit card, straight up, from Wells Fargo. Yeah.
Oh, while you were working or while you were
Yeah.
Oh, while you were working?
While I was working.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no. I'm sorry. That's a lie.
So
That was my
how
second
old-
credit card.
Oh,
My first one was when I was 22.
yeah.
And that was through Wells Fargo, but I wasn't working at the time. And I remember the girl who gave me the card too. She was like, oh, don't worry about it. You're fine. You can get this. It was a limit of $5,000, which I had no business having.
That's a lot of money.
It is, yeah. And I remember I got it, and like 2 weeks later, I got fired from my job. So I had to use that money. Little did I know
Yeah.
the repercussions of my actions. So
My first experience was I was 19, bro, at Mankato.
nice.
Going to Mankato. I'll never forget this because it's literally like funny now, but
Mm-hmm.
at the time it was like, well, but so I got the credit card. I'm like, I didn't think I was gonna be able to, like actually get it, but
But you did it.
but I did, and when I got it, I'm like, there's no way, like they just gave me all this money, not knowing shit about credit, not knowing nothing, and I literally was going to Shields, and every Jordan that came out, I was getting them, and I remember getting the mail. So the mail when we moved from where was we at Ellis? What's the gate? Was it Gage?
Yeah, Gage.
We moved from Gage to like our apartment.
Yeah.
So the mail was going back to Wisconsin, and my mom, I got a call. When my mom opened that, she opened my mail, and she was like, so both came. I got my like credits came, like so I was failing classes and shit. And she was like, so she opened both. She's like, so you up there failing classes, were fresh as hell, huh? I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, I can see your credit card. I'm like, she's like, when you get a credit card anyway? And I'm like, oh my God, dude. Oh, it was the worst. It was like the worst moment. That's why I was like, all right, I gotta stop fucking up. Like, that's when I like tried to turn my shit around, but nigga, I'll never forget that, bro. Still to this day.
I could like hear her voice.
Yeah, bro. Still to this day, it's like that credit card shit haunts me, bro. I'm like, I fucked up. Like, I had no business. No business. And that was my first experience with credit and credit cards and shit like that.
That's fucking
So
hilarious.
sick, man.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, 100%.
But no, it's a problem. It's a big problem, and hell, just even in the black community,
Yeah,
like we have access to this thing, but we're not really taught how to use it.
I was gonna say we got access with no
Guidance.
guidance, no guidance. You know what I mean? But that's a lot of shit, bro.
Yeah.
That's a lot of shit, bro.
And I had to, for me personally, I had to learn myself. Like I had paid all that money back, but just the idea of doing it again.
Yeah.
You know, you could say, oh, I'll never do this again, but the next thing you know, you'd be caught up in the same shit.
Right.
So it's like, okay, what am I gonna do that's different? And I still remember hearing about how people were saying, when you have a credit card, make sure you have that money on hand. And I was like, why would I have that if I'm going for credit? But it's like, no, that makes sense.
Yeah. Now it makes sense. But
Yeah.
First, it's
Back
like,
then, it's like,
I don't have it. That's why I'm using it.
Yeah.
Because I don't have it.
somebody said it to you, like, you sound stupid as fuck. What are you talking about? But no, now I understand that. It's like, but that's how you stay wealthy, really.
Yeah.
You don't get a credit card when you don't have money. You get a credit card either in case of emergency or you are putting it towards making more money.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna say, who's the fucking asshole that price things that people can't afford? Like, why, fam? Like, why, bro? Like, that shouldn't even be a thing if you fuckers, like, wouldn't be like, all right, you make $95,000, but this house is $300,000.
Yeah.
Like, why not just price it so people can afford it?
Fair question. There's a very large gap in terms of classes, we'll say. Like, think of what y'all make in a year. You just keep it to yourself. No one needs to know what everybody makes. But whatever you make, that's like somebody's lunch money.
That's crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
So think about that.
That's insane.
So, I mean, just even for, I don't know, a fucking pair of shoes, they could be thousands of dollars. We could try to save money to get them where someone else is just like, oh, let me get two.
Right.
That's how much of a difference there is in terms of not only wealth, but a lifestyle. So when you ask that sort of question, there's a market out there. Like there are people that are out there who don't even give our type of living a thought.
Oh yeah,
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
But-
why?
yeah.
Why?
I'm saying the first person that price shit.
Oh, nigga, hi.
Like it's just dumb. Like
I'm with you, but I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it is what it is.
Is it though? Yeah, I guess so.
It's like, what you gonna do about it? Like, work hard or do.
I'm trying to make this money. God damn.
How much money do you, for you personally, do you need to make a year to like be like, yeah, obviously everybody would want more money, but like, what's your number?
What's my number?
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I asked two people this week. I was like, for you to quit your job, what would be your number? For me, I need $10 million. I need $10 million to just
For the rest of your life?
to reset. I need $10 million just to reset, like to quit my job.
What's nuts about that is there are people out here making 10 million easily.
Yeah.
Like easily. And that's so crazy to me, bro.
Will I ever see that money? Hard to say. To be determined.
It's a lot of money, bro.
10 M's?
It's not that much.
What?
It really, listen, when you think about it, it's really not that much money. I'm not talking about getting it. I'm talking about the idea of it. 10 million is not a lot of money. We got, motherfucking Jeff Bezos is worth trillions of dollars. Trillions. Can you fathom that? That's a lot of zeros.
Yeah. For me right now, 10 M's is a lot.
10 million.
That's a lot of money.
I meant more like a yearly salary.
Like, that's
Oh,
a lot of money, bro.
I was thinking about investing. In terms of an annual salary,
Yes.
I don't know, I'd say maybe 60 to 70,000.
To be like,
A year?
to not worry about anything and like
Nah, that's
live
too
everything
low.
you want.
Nah, that's too low. A year, that's too low. Cause people make that shit right. Like,
I mean, to live casually. I'm not thinking
comfortably.
that.
How would you live comfortably?
I mean, like, to
How
where
do
you
you
wouldn't
protect
have to
your-
worry about money. To when, like, you don't know, like, for instance, like, for me, when I think of, like, all right, I made enough money in my life when I don't look at a calendar and know when's paid.
What's your number?
I'm thinking right now, and I think I'm anywhere between 200 and 250. Like, if I'm bringing that in alone by myself, I think with that money, like, I think I'm good. I think I can travel, do everything I want to do, and not have to worry about money. But then also not have too much money to where you can't handle it or manage it. Or, like, you know, that people ask you for money all the time and shit. Like, I think if I made, I think 200,000 right now a year, I think I would be comfortable and I think that would give me the, like, I know I can get it, but like, since I know I can get it, I don't necessarily want it, you know, like, it's fine, you know.
Sure. I mean, in that case, when you put it that way, thank you.
He said 10 million. It did say it wasn't.
Well, he said 10 million with the 60, like.
60 is low as fuck, bro. Yeah.
Well, the way that I'm just thinking about numbers, first of all, I'm all over the place.
Let's go.
But I'm not thinking about an annual salary though.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking about investing. I'm not looking for something consistent in terms of getting a check. I'm looking for that payday, basically. Yeah.
So we are opposite, 100%. Because I would not want $10 million. I would want my 250 every year. Like, you know, it can equal 10. But nigga, give me 10 million.
But I don't want to wait for that shit like that.
Don't ever give me $10 million.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Don't ever give
me.
You give me 10 million, like, you know, throughout my lifetime or, you know, years.
No,
but
I can't get a
lump
lump sum of 10. No.
I want the steady.
I cannot. That's a disaster.
That's just, it's not good for anybody.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna live out that 10 million. I'm gonna tell you that.
What would you do?
This all getting bleeped out.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Nah, 10 minutes, that's a lot.
Yeah, man. I honestly, like, sometimes I be thinking, like, obviously my dream was to be an NFL player. Like, maybe, like, if I was an NFL player, I wouldn't be alive today. Honestly, though,
sure.
like, honestly, like, it's probably, like, I am very happy with my life right now, you know what I'm saying? But I think that, like,
I think you had that first year where you be wilding, babe.
Bro,
Alright, what am I gonna do now?
Bro, when I look back at certain times in my life, like my ego, how it was for my little world, you know what I'm saying? And you multiply that times 50, I don't know, bro.
Nah.
So that's just like, don't give me 10 million.
Because I would have been there. I would have been there. I would have been in the entourage. So
yeah, for sure. But I just.
So, would you be the person?
Yeah, I'd have kept him humble.
Okay, yeah.
For the most part.
I'd have paid
I don't
somebody
know,
not
you
have-
talking about. Next, you just like, yeah, so listen, nigga, I think you're doing
Doing
too much.
That rookie year, you gotta go crazy.
Yeah, bro, but I would not want the lump sum.
Nah, that's dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Understand.
But I understand your side too. Like, that's just, you know, it's just that's people are different, you know?
Well, I mean, and I guess the only reason that I say it is because the people that I've talked to and the things that I've learned, you don't take that money and then you just start wilding the fuck out.
Right.
You use that money to make more money.
Okay. When did investing started being like a thing though in your life? Because
Like straight up?
Like 5 years ago, you wouldn't tell me shit about investing. Like I didn't believe that shit. Like, you know what I mean? But now I get it, you know?
Investing has always been on my mind, honestly.
Like that's how the rich get richer though. And like we said, there's no guidance. Like nobody was telling me like, hey, save this money, put it in here. You know what I mean? Like
you know what happened? Because we've talked about this before, but like friend groups, right?
Yeah.
Mixing.
Yeah.
So when I was hanging around people outside of, childhood friends,
Yeah.
like Andrew and Kevin
Mm-hmm.
and Micah, I've known those guys for over a decade now, and we was kicking it tough. But as time went on, they started to do stuff like that. They started to invest in the market.
Right.
They started to invest in crypto.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna pay my own bills.
Exactly.
So to be in that sort of conversation where they're talking about these things and I don't know shit, I'm like,
Right.
what am I missing out on?
Yeah.
What do I like? Put me on game. Tell me what's going on. So I started to ask questions and I started to look into things myself. And then to further my education, Danny G's dad.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say much, but I've shared enough on the pod so y'all know
Right.
he's done very well for himself.
Yeah.
And he's shared a lot of gems with me. So that's just more information. I'm like, okay, so this is how you use money, or this is how you should use it. This is how you should use credit.
Yeah.
This is how you should invest, and so on and so forth. What you do with that information is really on you.
Yeah.
And plus, you gotta take you. You can't be scared. You can't be scared to lose money. That's a big one too.
And that's my biggest thing.
You cannot be afraid to lose money, but you're
Like,
not.
I spend money on bullshit, but like when it comes to
It's real
gambling,
bullshit, though.
yeah, you know what I mean?
It's tangible bullshit.
Yeah, but when it comes to like gambling or like
Bro,
investing, yeah, you know what I mean? But it's like that's the part that always holds me back. It's like, I don't want to
Trust me, I get
put that shit down and just going like that. Like I didn't see nothing from it. You know what I mean? Like that's the wild part to me.
But imagine you put in.
But then I'm mad when I see somebody and that shit work. Like I'm like, damn, you know what I mean?
That's what you hate.
Yeah, hate like you.
Like fuck him.
It's crazy.
It's possible though.
But that's the risk, you know?
Yeah. The thing is, and this is what fascinates me about the market, because I ask so many times, I'm like, is this really how it is for a lot of people? Like a lot of people really just put all of their money in.
Yeah.
Like all of it. They put their mortgage in.
Yeah.
And then shit like that. And it's like, that's not how
That's
you
scary,
get money.
bro.
That's not how you do it.
That's when it becomes an illness. Like at that point.
It's gambling.
Yeah.
That's straight gambling.
Yeah.
But you're not supposed to
It's
do
your
that.
fucking house and
You're supposed to take
that's
calculated
when
risk.
Fat Tony come bust your knees. some bomb ass.
That's totally pay you
Yeah, pay you with a pipe.
Yeah.
Like, that's nuts.
No, don't do that.
Mhm.
Honestly, just even look at it.
And I know some niggas that gamble. Like,
No, I
well,
don't
y'all know too, but
Yeah, okay.
But I don't know no broke nigga that can.
no, exactly.
Exactly.
That broke. But I'm like, damn, that must be nice.
I don't even like to gamble.
Me either.
No.
I don't. I'm not a fan.
Me either.
It makes no sense to me.
But just to invest your own money into something like this,
Yeah.
people can see it as gambling, but really it's like, no, I'm taking a calculated risk.
Yeah.
I'm looking into what I'm investing. I'm asking questions and I'm trying to figure out like, okay, if this is a good investment, when am I going to get a return? And also I have to know when to get out.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. You can't be greedy.
Right. That's a fact.
So yeah, if you want information on some investments, then you talk to me.
Give me like a year, bro. I need to. I really am like.
I can't wait that long, bro.
Oh, give me like 6 months, bro.
Okay, maybe.
3 months, man.
Oh, no, you're talking.
I will holler at you in like January-ish.
3 months is a good.
3 months is good.
3 months is good.
Cause I
3 months is
trust him. I'm gonna look over his notes, but he bluffed me a little bit, but what are you gonna
I did not.
Well,
I did not.
I'm
I
scared
came
of crypto.
through
do?
late.
You did.
Late, but
Yeah, I was broke.
I'm scared of crypto.
you're scared of crypto? There are a lot of people.
I am scared of crypto.
A lot of people are scared of crypto. And you should be, there should be concern. You should be asking questions.
Yeah.
But I mean, the same shit was said about the stock market when that came to be. People saying similar shit. If you invest, I should cut all this out, but if you were interested in investing now would be the best time.
In crypto?
Yeah. Because it has yet to really be adopted to the public. We're just like, people are just now coming on.
But so that's what scares me. If it's old white men, it's like, My black guy's like, nigga, no.
Right.
Like, honestly, bro, if old white men are like, you know? Like, that's just me. That's just...
Yeah, but at the same time, there are other people who are investing in it, and they're like, yeah, you need to do this. So you need to decide on, are you going to be the person that's on the sidelines, or are you going to be the person that's actually in the game?
Why you doing that analogy like that?
This is really not a
Cause you ain't no sideline. You ain't no sideline.
I've never been on a fucking sideline in my goddamn fucking life. I'm seething right now.
Cause you ain't never been on the sideline.
Don't let the psych nigga.
I hate it when people can really make you mad, bro. Like, I hate it, bro.
Since you put it that way. Oh, shit.
Hold on, no, fuck on this. Can we backtrack real quick? Backtrack, talk about financial literacy. Apart from just the black community, just anybody that grows up poor, though, they don't have an understanding of money. They really don't. It's like, I live from check to check. That's it. I gotta get it how I live.
Yeah.
And it's like, we need more options. I mean, fucking hell. Did y'all take an economy class when you was in high school? Or a financial class?
No.
Did those exist?
Kind of economics.
Economics.
Yeah.
Other than that.
But I think that's only an AP course, I don't think.
But not a
Really?
personal, yeah. But not, yeah.
I don't know.
But not a
Even if it
personal
existed,
finance.
I would have took it regardless.
Why?
It wasn't required for sure, but I don't know. I don't.
No interest, didn't.
No
Did you?
interest. I still don't have interest in it. It's for me. It's just like I don't really worry about what affects me and my family. So like, I don't know.
Did you think that it wasn't for you?
I think anything that starts numbers is not my thing, and math isn't my thing.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as that's involved, and yeah, for me, it's just anything with numbers just throws me off. Just because I hate math so much, I just do not understand math.
Sure.
That I'm not interested in it. And like for me, like I put all my effort into something, so I wouldn't put my effort into something I don't understand. It's just like, all right, that is for people who understand it. Maybe I can like rely on those people or talk to those people.
Yeah.
But me personally, like I'm not willing to put that much effort to even just try to gain the simplest, like basic knowledge of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just me. Like it's just
that's
numbers. I'm like,
That's a lot of people, and myself included. But that's why, like, I even talk about, kicking it with the people who are invested in certain things and just making money.
Yeah.
Like, it's tough. Because, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off. My biggest issue is just like when people talk about what to do with their money, it's coming from people that have money.
Yeah.
So like it's like, all right, it's easy to tell somebody what to do with their money because you have money and you know what I'm saying? Like I can hear it, and I'm not saying you don't have money or you know what I'm saying?
I ain't got it like that. I ain't got it
you know what
like
I'm saying?
that.
But I'm just saying, like it's just it'd be people being like telling you what to do with your money as if you have a surplus, and it's like, bro, I just pay my bills. I have $600 left in my account to last me until my next paycheck. What am I like? What do you mean? Like, you want me to invest this? Like, I don't even, and I think that once people get to a point where they're successful, they lose touch of that to where it's like, I can't even think of investing because I'm thinking of how this is going to last in my next paycheck. Mm-hmm. Or I'm counting that month where you get 3 paychecks in that 1 month, thinking I'm getting extra money, knowing like, but you're not. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, and so people always say like what you should do with money and do with that. And it's like, well, yeah, it's easy to say. Like, I can tell you how to play fucking receiver. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just like that's what I do. That's what I know. Like I can.
Well, and then, like, first off, I ain't got it like that. I'm not even saying that I'm an expert. It's just more of things that I've learned. I would gladly share.
Yeah.
But when it comes to somebody, what you saying? Somebody saying, you know, you should use your money like this, or you should do it like that. Has anyone ever asked you, how much money would you be willing to put in?
No, never. And I do want to invest. I just, for me right now, I'm not comfortable with it yet, but that is my ultimate goal. Like so I'm not against investing at all.
Mm-hmm.
I just hate it when people say like, "This is what you should do with your money." It's like, yeah, all right, cool, bro. Like you making like $800,000 a year.
Yeah, no, that I agree with you. Like, how can you say something like that? How can you say, "Oh, this is what you should be doing with your money," when you don't know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
You don't know the whole story of
Right.
a person. Like, you don't know that man's pockets. Yours is very different from mine.
But that's dope. You asked that. Like, has anybody asked how much you willing to?
Well, that's where it starts.
Yeah, no, I've never been asked that.
Because you can't just be like, oh, well, if you invest X amount of dollars, you be straight. It's like, what do your pockets look like? How much are you willing to invest? How much are you willing to lose?
Yeah.
Mm.
When you do that, that's when you come up with a plan. Like, okay, here's where you should start. Here's what you should do.
Right.
Well, I'm so ready to invest.
But no, I said
I ain't
this.
no sideline nigga.
Nigga, let that go.
I'm
Let
in the
that go,
game,
man.
Nigga, I'm just...
Nigga, it's just me. It's
No,
bro.
they doing the coin toss and I'm in midfield, bro. I'm in the game, bro.
I should never gave that analogy. But no, I say my whole mantra for a good minute, house baby Tesla. I had the conversation with somebody yesterday because they were like, do you really want a Tesla? Why do you want a Tesla so badly? And I told them, it's not so much about the vehicle that I want, it's what it represents. And I'm pretty sure I said this to you or on the pod before. Never in my life did I imagine myself having something like that. Like being able to afford something like that. You know what I mean? But that shows that I limited myself. It's like, well, why can't I have that? Why can't I have, like, basically just even say, why can't I have a nice lifestyle?
Mm.
Why can't I be a man that has his own home, who has his own vehicle? That's really fucking nice.
Right.
It doesn't mean that I'm living lavish or it's like I'm balling out of control. It's just more of, I worked hard.
Yeah.
These are the fruits of my labor.
Right.
And even having a baby, I know my baby is good because I worked fucking hard. I can put this little nigga through college.
Yeah.
So that's all that represents. House baby Tesla is just showing what I've done to get there.
Yeah. It's well put, bro. I agree.
I wholeheartedly agree.
I for sure was gonna ask, how many Teslas do you want?
I just want two.
1, 2.
I want two. One for me, one for the missus.
What about the Audi e-tron?
I am not you.
GT.
I am not, no.
That's gonna be my next car.
I don't.
My next car.
I'm sure you'll get it too.
Yeah. No, facts though. But so honestly though, this is like, once I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. It doesn't. So like for me, I have my dream car now, and it came quicker than I thought it would. But it was no question if I'm gonna get it or not. It's just a matter of when. But I'm fine with the process. Like I said, like I'm slow and steady. So like I don't want anything that comes too quick. That scares me. So
That's true.
yeah. So I don't know. I mean, in my head, yes, I would want it to be in 2 or 3 years. But I'm willing to go 5 to 7. But I will for sure have that car. Like 100%. It's just a matter of when.
You know, it's funny, just to backtrack, one, I was leaving a restaurant yesterday, and I saw your old car.
Did you?
Yeah, and I saw it, and I was like, I wonder how O's doing. And now here you are, so that's fucking hilarious. Two, just going back to being around people and learning shit, and even having the motivation to change, being around y'all niggas, listen, I didn't start wearing gold and shit until y'all.
Yeah.
So I was like, I looked around and being around the people that I was with, I was like, these niggas got confidence, like I don't know why can't I wear gold as well?
Yeah.
I can look cool, and I
Mad cool, brother.
Yeah.
But just that it, but that's it. Just even having a level of confidence. Who you surround yourself with is a reflection of you. And that's true. So if you
Except for Nate.
can't speak to that. But if you limit yourself, then I mean, like, if you're around people who don't really think that way, like, oh, I can never do that. That's not me. Then that's limiting yourself. If you're around people who work gold, then that's good on you. If you're around people who are making money, you want to make money sooner or later.
I mean, but you want to be around that type of, people that's not even just about money, just people that's bettering themselves. You want to be in that.
They're growing.
Yeah. Because it is right. It just motivates you, and that's what we need, man. Like, whether you do it at your own pace, but that's what we need.
That reminds me of what you said, E. Because you was talking about your job earlier, and how you didn't realize this has nothing to do with finance. This is something completely different. But you was talking about how you didn't think the job was stressful or it was affecting you in a negative way until you left. I think that's important to recognize, one, but I also think a lot of people miss that. They kind of just get caught up in what they're doing.
Yeah.
How did you recognize, like, what was the thing for you that made you go, wow, maybe it was getting to me?
So I've always been a morning person.
Mm-hmm.
But with my job, like, I wouldn't wake up until like 8 or 8:30, right before I had to log in, take the dog out to the wood chips, and right back up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm up at 7 every day, and I would just taking walks, like 45-minute walks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, I don't dread waking up. Like, it was like as if the first thing I knew whatever time I woke up, I had to work.
Yeah.
Now it's like, shit, I'm ready for the day, and work is just part of the day. It's not like this.
It's not a task.
Yeah, right. It's not a task. But I mean, my previous job, I knew it was starting to weigh on me when I would hear about an officer-involved shooting, and the only thing I would like hope and want is like, all right, then hopefully like either that person shot at the cops or the cops killed the white person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I either wanted to be justified or mad out of line.
Yeah.
It's like the human life being lost didn't impact me anymore. It was just like, if they killed another nigga, like, I'm about to have so much more work to do.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all these data requests. I gotta do hell of shit. Like, I didn't care about that person or that life being lost. It was like, damn, I'm gonna have to do all this shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, I knew it was weighing on me, and I was like contemplating switching departments, but yeah. So I think right now the biggest thing I can recognize is just waking up early, just feeling lighter.
Yeah. Good on you, man. That's a good feeling. For
Yeah.
sure.
It is.
Shit. E, you got any thoughts?
No, man.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I just time crunch now.
Time to go.
Yeah, it's about time to wrap it up.
Let's wrap this shit up.
This was a good conversation. I would say, last thing I would say is, I find it very funny that my broke ass was talking about financial literacy for an hour, for 45 minutes. I thought that was funny, but it is like, it's important, man. Like, especially for like young men like us, like we got,
Yeah.
it's money out there to be made, and it's money, like we just gotta have to get the knowledge. Seek the knowledge for it, and you know what I mean, and just kind of capitalize off that. No fun.
No pun intended. Dog, think about it like this. We talk about the podcast all the time.
Yeah.
Where do we want to take it?
Yeah. That's the first thing I thought about.
Yeah.
This is another hustle. It could be. You know what I mean?
It will be.
Yeah. I like that. It will be.
Last call. I really got nothing. You summed everything up, sir.
Like, That's just what it is, man.
Yeah. Oh, you got anything? Okay, we're good.
Nothing, bro.
E, bring us home.
All right, man. Well, you know, it was dope. Thanks for coming through, and it was dope kicking it. I'm like glad. I really didn't want to tell because I'm like when I say he's like always been asking about you, like for real. So this is
I
dope.
miss you, man.
Yeah. So there you have it. A dope episode, another dope episode of the Symposium podcast. Big O, thank you for joining us. Rose Gold, E. Wright. That's Symposium podcast. This is 76.
This thing is drunk.
I am. Yeah. Episode 76. Thank you guys for joining us.